Okay.
Even though it's been 3 months. We'll have a pretty short meeting.
So I'm gonna go ahead and start just as kind of an introduction on what the process is going to be for this specific meeting. Is that we're gonna call roll, establish quorum. And then right after that, the members are going to choose who runs this meeting. For this meeting only. And then it won't, and then later on the agenda, there happens to be the choosing of the chair and vice chair.
Okay.
But you have, before that, one of you all is going to actually run the rest of the agenda. So if you could do roll call.
Oh, I'm doing roll call. Okay. I don't know everybody's name, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I don't know your name. My name is Kathy. Okay,
That is a city,
whatever.
yeah.
All right.
What is it? Not secretary,
City, I'm the clerk,
city clerk. Okay.
clerk of the city.
First, we need to call the meeting to order.
Yep.
What?
Calling the meeting to order.
Yeah, calling the meeting to order at 5:03.
We need to call the roll for quorum.
Okay. Karen Duncan, present. Russell Scott,
Brandon?
James Miller,
Here.
Carson Bledsoe,
Here.
Chris Drummer,
Here,
Council Liaison Chris Drummer,
go ahead and call those two as well.
Thomas Palm.
He's walking in
the door.
as we speak.
I see him.
It's Tomas.
Tomas.
Okay. I didn't just say here when you walk in the door.
Just call his name when he walks in.
Stay here.
All right, Dave. There's a quarter without me, so that's good.
You're right there. All right. Unless you want to swap.
No, that's good.
And
It's fine.
Thomas Palm, do you want to say you're here?
Speaking, yes, and you are?
Okay,
Yeah, you do. I want you to know, yes, for sure.
we have a board. Oh, Tamara Robertson.
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you for letting me know.
Okay.
And so I will just open up the discussion for you all to decide who runs this meeting.
Okay, and we don't have any public comments that we have to.
I'm handing it over at this point.
So Tomas missed the part. We don't have a chair or a vice chair.
Right.
So for this meeting only, later in the meeting, we will discuss it, but for this meeting only, amongst ourselves, we need to decide who's gonna be the chair and vice chair for this meeting.
Okay.
I would have no interest in doing that, so I expect one of you guys step up to that role.
Would you do
I'll be glad to do it. Just-
Well, Trish, can you do that?
No.
So the ordinance states that if the vice chair or chair is not present, the membership chooses amongst themselves somebody to run that meeting.
Could that someone be you or not?
No, I'm not a member of this.
Okay, okay, all right.
Okay, so acting secretary, do we have any public comments?
Don't see anybody here.
Oh, no public comments.
Okay. Then we'll move to vote on the consent agenda. Anybody have any questions on it?
There was one of them, and I knew this like 2 meetings ago and last meeting, but I didn't bring notes. One of the minutes stated that you and I were alternates. Rather than elected members, and so that would be corrected, and I apologize.
Right, because on that, those minutes, it also showed later on that we voted. Alternate members don't vote, so that was, we were incorrectly designated as alternates.
So the process would be, someone consent agenda, you're not really allowed to discuss.
Okay, we don't approve the consent agenda. I move that we not approve it.
Well, you would take out, so it's July.
That would move to the regular agenda.
Yes, you take out the first item
Is that the one with the error? Okay,
and move it into the regular agenda.
okay.
And then,
So one of us needs to make a motion. Okay, I move that the approval of July 3rd of 2024 minutes be removed from the consent agenda and added as an item in the regular agenda.
Seconded.
and So that one's not a vote, it's because the chair will honor it.
Oh,
We
okay.
didn't know that.
Yeah, because you have the power to take, because it's your agenda, so you have the power to take it out. of the
Okay.
consent agenda.
Okay,
Okay, so then we're approving just, items 2 and 3, correct?
And you need a motion for that.
okay, I move we approve the minutes of August, the remaining items of the consent agenda.
I second that.
Okay, question? I was not sure if you want to have a director, was anything of substance in them? Probably not, but.
They're in the packet.
I,
They're very.
They actually
very-
weren't in this passage.
They were in the. full
well, I
packet.
thought those were the ones where
Oh,
we
wow.
didn't meet because we didn't have a quorum.
I second.
There was no meeting.
There hadn't been meetings since July 3rd, so there's really, the only minutes to approve is that there was no quorum.
And what was the description that you like first?
The, Jim and I were described.
We were listed as alternate,
No,
commissioners
no.
when we're actually full commissioners.
Needs to be a correction. So do we have a motion to approve the
The
remaining?
remaining
And it's
items,
been seconded, so you can take the roll to query the commission.
Do we do a raise of hands? Or do we have to actually call for?
Is that what you're saying?
Raising of hands is fine.
Okay, let's call for a vote.
I'll approve it.
All right. Okay, thank you.
Okay, then we move on to the item that was moved to the regular agenda, which was the approval of regular planning and zoning commission meeting minutes from July 3rd.
Are we skipping the reports?
no,
No. Oh, yeah, I see.
where do you want the new, that item?
It should be in the regular agenda after the reports.
Okay,
Oh, you want to give your report?
It's fairly straightforward. Council, voted to make sure that every board had access and understood the liaison policy, so I put the liaison policy into the agenda. And it's been on the agenda for a bit, so I just hope you've read it, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask.
Okay.
First, we had some brief discussion, on another board for the same reason. And we thought everything that was in there was great, but we felt like there might need to be like another swim lane added. And so, because you basically just have bi-directional, right? From council to liaison to the board, from board to liaison to council. And we thought that there was another, what if I wanted to ask, you and Carson, for the, hey, can we add this to the next agenda or something like that? What they were saying is,
Which agenda?
Talking about the commission agenda or?
yeah, the
That
board,
goes to the chair.
right,
Oh.
but like, no, like, that's a perfect example, then you wouldn't know that.
Well, I'm included in those communications.
But it doesn't say that.
Yeah.
So-
Okay.
So that's my only point, is that back and forth, there seemed to be like a gap there.
I don't know how.
Like if somebody on the board sent something to him, or if they just sent something to you and didn't copy, that protocol.
I don't know how P and Z did it in the past. At ordinance review, we always sent a copy of the proposed agenda to the council as in, at the same time it was sent to the city secretary.
Yeah. And that's
So the
great.
council liaison always had input as to what we were planning on the
And I
agenda.
think I don't think that was specified in that deal, so if you wanna amend that and maybe just add that peculiar thing where, what we're talking about is people, it actually happened, and it's like, well, I didn't know, well, I sent it to them, well, yeah, but they just go to council from that, and so there's like just one more tie-in there of communication with going back and forth to keep both the chair and the liaison informed. So,
Great idea.
yeah, other than that, I read it and thought it was great and very much needed, so thank you for doing that. Appreciate it.
Okay, are you done? Okay, now we can move to the item one, which was the approval of regular planning and zoning commission meeting minutes from July 3rd. I make a motion that we correct the two items designated and submit the approved minutes at the next meeting. That's a motion, guys.
Second. So we can't approve it with
That's
this
gonna be
change.
changed first.
Is that we have to have the completed document to approve. So she's gonna have to change it.
Otherwise, you're just approving direction to change and not change.
So you wanna call the roll, query them, or ask for hands?
Ask for a show of hands.
All in favor?
All right. Motion passed.
Okay, so now we're on item 5, about appointing chairperson and vice chairperson. So at this point, I'll open up the meeting for nominations for chair.
So Chris, I have a question first. When we discussed this several meetings ago, or as Andy had resigned, and Lydia, the vice chair, then was saying that we couldn't in one meeting have a discussion about it and vote on it. It would have to be two different meetings. One is to discuss it
And
and then give some period of time for people to either at the meeting or afterwards, if they had.
Are we still talking about the minutes?
no.
No.
But this is different than motions. Nominations are different than motions.
I think what Lydia was wanting to do is not to catch people unaware. At that point in time,
And it's been several months, if people are aware now, I guess.
Yeah.
about that.
because at that point, it was really new that we didn't have a chair and we needed to elect a chair, and that was even before, I think she had scheduled her surgery, so,
Okay, so
we've
I think that.
had several months to think about not having a chair.
But you are correct on the issues where we're going to make a motion. You always move to discuss it or make a motion to it, and then it's usually good to work on that issue and then at the next meeting to vote on it. So,
For this,
but for this is different, this is nomination.
yeah, you're nominating your chair and you could all vote in
Nominations don't need a second,
meeting.
and
Okay, good, that's good.
so the floor is open.
First of all, I think we should go back to 5 people, not 7. Quorum is an issue, and I've been responsible for many of the lack of quorums. And based on that and my future travel plans, I'm resigning effective at this meeting, okay? So I'm off the table, okay? But I would suggest that we go back to 5. It's not easy to get 3 people than to get to 4 people, I think. And I was attempting before this meeting, when Suzanne still had a job here, to try to get her to poll whether we expected to attend or not. And she said for, I don't know, chapters X or whatever, she can't poll the members. So I asked her to RSVP like 2 days before. Because I mean, I've been here at meetings,
Yeah, 3
well, we
times.
did talk, we sat for half an hour, bullshit, went home frustrated, and then that's on good use of time. So if Chris and the city council can somehow, first of all, discuss, we're going back to 5, and secondly, allowing whoever is still working here at that point in time to poll the members somehow, like 48 hours ahead, are you going to be there or not?
So point of order on that is we're getting 2 things mixed up. So we need to have a chair and a vice chair. Once we have a chair and a vice chair, then you can take a motion and move the Mr. or Madam Chairperson at the next meeting, discuss reducing, the board.
There were several things that were done
Right.
there were several things that were done wrong previously by the secretary, and one of them is that the chairs run the committees, the commission. So it's up to the chair to query his committee members
Trying to establish one.
that they're going to be there. And he, he's the person, he or she is the person who can, who will cancel the meeting because of lack of quorum or whatever, not the city staff. The city staff doesn't run. They're here to take notes, that's it. So, previously, the chair should have had a list of people and queried them ahead of time. So that people don't waste their time showing up when they know there's something.
So please, tonight, enough point of order, please. We're talking about something that we're not supposed to be talking about. What we're talking about, and only the thing that we're talking about right now, is who's gonna be the chair and who's gonna be the vice chair. After that, we can make motions to talk about anything we wanna talk about, moved, but anything.
Well, we weren't making a motion, I was just clarifying.
I know, but we shouldn't be clarifying the issue.
Okay.
We should be talking about chair and vice chair.
Is there anybody willing to be nominated?
I can't, so, I mean, I'm,
You and the city council, yeah.
yeah, I'm probably not gonna be here in a month, so.
Okay,
I'm willing.
Well,
I'll nominate James, yeah.
I nominate, yeah,
I second the nomination. I don't know. if
You don't need a
I
second.
mean, a second, just,
Karen, do you have any experience with working with?
I don't live here in the summer, so
She's in absentia every Sunday.
Carson, how you feel about
I
being
mean,
vice chair?
yeah, I can try to do that. I'm really like struggling to get to these meetings and appreciate being a reminder about it. Yeah.
What's
to
the
keep
struggle,
things
just
moving,
remembering or work or kids or?
everything, yeah.
Okay.
Well, let's do, then we do one at a time, Chair. and then-
let's do
Yeah.
chair.
Well, I think I'm all in favor, I mean, we don't need to vote.
Is there any, you don't have to vote if there's no other
I think
nomination.
you'd make a great chair, so. I think
Okay,
that's
then
decided.
we'll close the nominations
Chair.
and I'm elected chair by acclamation.
Yes,
Okay, now let's talk about a vice chair.
Well, I think.
All you have to do is agree to show
Yeah.
up at meetings.
Yeah, I'm willing
There's
to do
really
it.
not
to
much
keep it-
work beyond that.
Yeah, keep it moving and then later on, when we get new members, we can possibly discuss.
Sure, absolutely.
Right.
Okay, that's.
So you will agree to be nominated. Okay, we nominate.
We nominate Carson Bledsoe as our vice chair of the planning and zoning committee.
Any further nominations? Then we close the nominations and congratulations.
Congratulations to you, sir.
Thank you,
The last man standing.
Here's your present.
Okay, so that's the end of it. Any announcements?
I have a question. At the last physical meeting I was at, there, I believe that the city plan update was, the recommendations were completed, but I don't know where there was, did they formally get completed and moved to city council?
Doesn't the comprehensive plan?
The comprehensive
Yeah,
plan?
yes, it was on the last council.
Okay,
And we're taking those notes and expanding upon it to get the comprehensive plan redone.
okay, that's all I wondered, because everybody that was involved in it sort of disappeared at the same time, except council.
Yeah, the only thing I would like to say is I need a report from you, hopefully by the end of the week.
Two.
You, on any outstanding items that the council is looking for from P and Z. Because it's, we've really been out of touch for a while, so that we can, get those completed. Also, I need a copy of what you consider the existing ordinance that governs this commission. Because we know the published one isn't.
It's the old one.
Yeah. I need a full copy of it. Also, I need to know where we stand with, Deborah's, project on reorganizing the commissions and committees. So if we can then possibly set up a meeting with, maybe the committee heads and her on that.
And Mr. Chairperson, I move that we add to the regular planning and zoning commission meeting, regular agenda for our next meeting, a workshop discussion on reducing the number of members on the committee.
Yeah, see, that's poor Chris heard my rap on that. The problem is they took the advice of a lawyer thinking they were getting legal advice. The fact is, There's nothing legal about it. The state does not govern how many people are on P and Z. So
But it's not on the agenda, so.
he recommended 7 because I guess he thought he was in a big city or something, and there's a plethora of engineers wanting to be on the
Point of
committee.
order, we can't really discuss this right now.
Yeah.
It's not-
Well, it's just discussion.
It's an
We're
announcement.
we're not making a motion, we're not.
You can't have
We can't
discussion.
discuss something that's not actually on the
Yeah.
agenda. All he's doing is making an announcement so that it lands on next.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is adjourn the meeting as of 5:20. Meeting's adjourned. Now, I'll discuss.
Well, you can't, because you'll use the floor.
It's one big core.
It's against the law.